I'm a really try to just do this morning segment and then afternoon segment. I don't want to. I don't want to put all my fucking shit at the very beginning of the day. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Because then my morning segment wouldn't have much. Welcome to Cletus Ray's Roadside Service. I slept the fuck in. My phone. I was watching some movies on my phone, and I fell asleep. And my phone just sat there and ran and ran and ran, and I forgot to plug it in. It was like fully charged, and I didn't realize that Prime Video was just gonna keep sending you fucking videos after videos after videos all night long until you wake up choking on your chew, and you're like, "Hey, it's 3 in the morning. I gotta get up soon." And then I don't know. I don't. I guess my phone. I guess no. It's my fault for real because I woke up and I could have looked at my phone, but I decided, it's 3 in the morning. I got time to sleep, and I laid back down. But I don't. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. If it was gonna be a big deal, I 100% would have made sure I was ready to go for early in the morning because I know I'm not a good sleeper inner if it's an important deal. And this is not, I mean, it is important, but it ain't that bad. You know, I just got to drive up here, get loaded, turn around, come on back. I ain't going nowhere scheduled for me today. The later I start is actually more better. And I'll tell you why. Dinner time later is more better. I don't like getting back to that hotel over there in Alva. I get back to the hotel in Alva at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'm like, what the hell? I can't eat dinner right now. That means I got to park my truck, go off duty, and all that bullshit. And then if I do want dinner, I'm going to have somebody bring that shit to me, which costs extra. Or I'm going to have to fire that motherfucker back up. Go, I ain't walking. Tell you that right now. I ain't walking. I've done that walk a couple of times from the hotel to the truck stop. Ain't happening. It ain't happening no more. God, I just ate. And I'm really, I don't know, I'm still kind of, you could probably tell I'm kind of still waking up a little bit. And I got the hiccups. Just ate a bunch of bacon, gravy, and eggs. Mm-mm-mm. And I just threw a dip in. We're on the road now. Done sat here, I uploaded an episode and got everything ready to go. Got me some more ice for my cooler. I didn't run out of water. I still got 9 left. But yesterday, I had 9 in my cooler. And today, I only had 2 left. So, what is that? 9, 8, 7. I drank 7 fucking waters. That's a lot of waters to drink yesterday. I was so dehydrated and all fucked up. I just been chugging them waters. I guess I wasn't really chugging them waters. One an hour would probably be a good deal, and I think I did 12 hours. I think it was a 12-hour day. I'm not sure. I go back later on and I'll go look that shit up and see if I'm correct or not. Pretty sure it's around there. Not a big, not a big deal. My hotel went well. I got front row parking. I had a big semi parking area. I was in Wichita, still in Wichita, but I stayed in Wichita last night. I haven't been there for a while. They don't know who I am. Over in Alva, he's starting to figure it out. I show up, he doesn't even make me write down. He doesn't even ask me for my phone number anymore. So now it's really annoying when I come over here and they're like, "What's a good phone number?" They say this every fucking time. Do you guys understand this? Every fucking time. I'm a member. I'm a gold member. And they're asking me for my phone number every fucking time I walk in there. What's a good phone number for you? And I give it every single time. And I sometimes I do ask them. I'm like, I give my phone number every single time I come in here. What's that about? Oh, our system just doesn't save it. Like, it's been years. I've been giving you my phone number every single time I walk in here for years. How about somebody writes a message to IT? Hey, fucko, the phone numbers ain't saving. He's like, I just keep asking for them. Because as soon as they write it in there and they hit save or submit, it's fucking gone. Oh, it didn't save that number for me. Can you give it to me one more time? I mean, it's really not a big deal for me to fucking say it. I know my number, and it's pretty easy to say. But what the fuck? I'm gold over here. You guys should be kissing my fucking feet when I walk up in this bitch. Don't asking me for my goddamn phone number and license plate number. Fucks. I'm goddamn royalty here. I'm using my company's money to pay for it. Call me the Prince of Holiday Inn. My daddy does all this stuff. But me, I'm still important here. Prince of Holiday Inn. That's a good title I got here. I've been knighted as the Knight of Holiday Inn. I'm out here fucking slaying dragons. You imagine, what if they find out, and they talked about it. They've talked about it in the past. I've heard them talk about it. I don't know who they are, but they've talked about it. Dragons could have been real. But their bones are hollow, kind of like birds, and we wiped them out. So they're gone now. And you can't find any bones because they got them hollow bones because they're birds. But lizard birds that breathe fire. I don't know, the breathing fire part, that could be a little bit far-fetched. But what if there were real flying dragons? They might not have been as big as what people are thinking, but there were pterodactyls all around over the place. You seen Jurassic Park? The pterodactyls are everywhere. We say those are real. What about dragons? That's the same thing as a dragon. No, we're like, oh, we have a Komodo dragon. Komodo dragons ain't got no goddamn wings. I'll tell you that right now. I seen somebody petting a Komodo dragon. There's a video. Could have been AI. Who the hell's gonna pet a goddamn Komodo dragon? Here, puppy. That thing licks you. You're dead, bud. Okay? You're goddamn dead. Your hand is gonna melt off. You're like, wow, I think I'm allergic to this dog. No! Everybody's allergic to that fucking neurotoxin, venomous slime coming out of their mouth. Komodo dragons are cheaters. First off, not a dragon. Second off, all they got to do is lick their fucking opponent and then follow them around. And they got people thinking they can pet them now. God damn. Komodo dragons are some of the worst animals you could ever imagine. Do you remember when they found out? I feel like I remember this specifically. They have found a new animal. It's called the Komodo dragon. When was that founded? Hey, Jamie, look that up. Fuck, I ain't got no Jamie. But hey, When did the Komodo dragon come around? I need to know this because I'm pretty sure it was when between elementary and middle school, which would be fucking math a long time ago, less than 34 years ago. Within 34 years, I'll just say that. That sounds more efficient. Hey, within 34 years, they found a damn Komodo dragon. And then they brought one to the zoo. And everybody's looking at it, and it's all standing, it's all walking like it's hot shit and shit. You're like, hey, fuck you! You're not even a real dragon. I came all the way to the zoo. I thought you had wings. You imagine if it did have wings? We would be in fucking trouble. If that thing could just fly around, how are you going to catch a goddamn flying Komodo dragon? Steve Irwin, I don't know. Did Steve Irwin ever mess around with them Komodos? I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to research it up. I'm going to look it up on the computer. Honestly, I think I am going to talk to my wife and say, hey, lady, I love you so much. She's going to say, oh, you're so sweet. I love you too. And I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to be kind of close to the house. Is there any way you can grab my laptop and bring it to me so I can do some stuff on it tonight? Sure thing, hon. That's what she sounds like. She's like, I'll give you a back rub too, and a foot rub, and poke at your butthole. Hey, you ever had your butthole poked? Don't go in there. Don't you dare go up in there. Just touch around it. Just tap, tap, tappity around there. It's kind of exhilarating. You feel like you're a French fuckhead whenever they're tapping your butthole. You're like, ooh, is this what it feels like to be French? Is this what it feels like to be a French fucko? Tap, tap, tap my butthole. Don't do it all the time. You'll get fucking addicted. And doing it yourself, it don't work. I'll tell you that right now. I found out last night. Touching your butthole yourself, don't do it. I mean, it ain't for me. It ain't for me. But when it's an unexpected thing going on down there, a little bit of a rub of the taint, a little bit of tap of the butthole, you're like, whoa, I'm French. Bonjour. Bonjour, madame. Bug. Got it. I got the gnat. I cleared out all the trash out of here, but there's still some fucking stragglers laying around. Thinking if maybe I should keep the windows rolled down overnight. I don't know. More fucking bugs will come in here. And not if I raid this bitch. What else is going on? We watched movies last night. What movies did I watch? I rented They Live. That's a badass movie. You gotta just let it be what it is though. You can't be like, these fucking graphics suck. You can't be like that. You can't be like, god damn, they're just wearing fucking like nylon masks that look like they're fucking weird. Like their mouths aren't even moving properly. You can't be like that. Okay? You gotta just let it be what it is. Let them take your imagination a little bit. They Live, I almost said it last night. I almost said it. I wonder if they're gonna remake this movie. Don't. Please don't. You're gonna fuck it all up. Everything they make these days, they're like, oh, let's remake this movie. You're gonna fuck it up. You're gonna fuck it up. It ain't gonna be as good. You're gonna put all these fucking AI generated imaginal fucking bullshit going on the screen, try to make it look realistic, and it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. They Live is an awesome movie about a man that is just jumps off. I'm guessing he jumped off a train. He started in a train yard. It's a really old movie. I'm not gonna give away. I mean, I am gonna give away like what's going on in the movie, but I want to talk about it. And it's been out for a long fucking time. So go ahead and go. If you haven't seen it already, sucks to be you. Left lane closed ahead, you fucking Volvo. The left lane is ending ahead, Volvo. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Volvo? The left lane is ending. Oh, how about this? I'll slow down so you can get over, you stupid bitch. I think it was a woman in flip-flops. I'm going to blow your goddamn doors off whenever. I've been sandbagging. I'm going to blow your fucking doors off, Volvo. I am going to fuck your day up. You have just became a target. You've become a target, Volvo. I am going to spend the rest of my few hours of driving, if you're going the same way as I'm going to fuck your shit up. You bitch. Left lane ends doesn't mean pass me and make me slow down. I mean, hey, listen, I'm all for everybody just getting where they need to be. But Volvo, you've been behind me, and as soon as it says left lane ends, you're like, let's go around him. Let's go around him. Let's go around him. Oh, god damn, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. Volvo, I have a feeling Volvo's also going to be a left lane hogger. You're going to hog the left lane? I already know it. I was sandbagging. I've got a lot more under the goddamn hood than you think. I'm pretty sure you go 73 and I go 75. We're going to have ourselves a goddamn drag race. We're both going to dress up. I don't know, is drag like the act of dressing up as a woman, as a man? That's called drag. What about a man or woman dressing as a man? Is that drag also? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it goes both ways. Oh, yeah, you are stuck at 73, you stupid bitch. You stupid ass bitch. I can already tell you're stuck at 73. I'm going to blow your goddamn doors off 2 miles at a time. 2 miles an hour at a time. Oh, well, shit, maybe, I don't know. Now I'm not catching on them. Maybe you're heavier than I am. I'm going to let this fucking Escalade thing behind me pass, and then I'm blowing your fucking doors off. Fucko. Oh, yeah, I'm letting off a little bit to get behind them, so, this is, what if we're limited at the same exact? You're loaded, I'm not, I'll blow your damn doors off. Also, I'm doing a Ricky Bobby slingshot engage right now. I'm right behind them in their wind draft. Engage! I think I don't think this is going to work. I don't think I'm going to get around them. God damn you, Volvo. God damn you, Volvo. It's going to take me a couple hours to get around this first. If we're doing the same speed. Fuck you, Volvo. Son of a bitch. Gotta hate it. Anyways, what else were we talking about? Emporia, 65 miles ahead. They got a zoo over there in Emporia. Never been to it. Been to the Omaha Zoo a couple of times. They got giraffes there. They got goddamn giraffes. And, I don't know, they used to have giraffes in Kansas City, right? Something. They all died. They all got long neck syndrome. Something happened to the giraffes. Um, and who the fuck decided to call them giraffes, anyways? And then say, oh, that's how it sounds. Giraffes. Giraffes. Did I pass? It sounds more like DRAFFs. Drafts. That's what it sounds like, but you gotta say giraffes. They're like, no, that's wrong too. It's not a giraffe. They don't even fucking growl. Um, Dinner last night. I don't want to talk about dinner. I gotta be honest with you guys, but I wish you guys just would not ask me some of these questions. You guys don't want to know what I had for dinner last night. I don't want to talk about it. I really just don't want to talk about it. I feel upset when I think about what I had for dinner last night. Well, all right. So it was a choice. I had a choice, and these are the two exclusive choices I had. There's no more, no less than what I could have eaten last night. It was either going to be a full pizza from Hunt Brothers, thin crust, fully loaded. That's a lot of food. Or what I ended up doing, I stopped off at the damn Love's travel stop south of Wichita. Because mainly I wanted to get to the hotel and just go into the hotel. I didn't want to have to get to the hotel, order food, and then walk, which would have been healthy. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just eat on the way to the hotel and then get in the hotel and go in there and fucking snuggle up and fucking pass out. So I stopped off at the damn Love's. What do they got at every fucking Love's? It's either a Subway or a McDonald's. And I have been upset with Subway. So I went to McDonald's. I have the app on my phone. I go through phases where I delete the app because it became too easy. But then I decided to start eating a little bit better. So I would delete it. But then I downloaded it again because of convenience. Or sometimes that's the only option. Or, I'm never in the mood for McDonald's. It's just convenience. And you save a lot of money using the app. Honestly, guys, if you're buying McDonald's and you're not logging into your app, you're losing money. It's a convenience deal, okay? It's just food to eat, so you don't have, because you ain't got nothing else to do. So I went to the McDonald's, I open up my phone, I open up the app, and I order some food. Well, there's a little bit of problem with the app, and that's what I'm trying to get into. There's a little bit of a problem with the app and the ordering screen inside the McDonald's. I had to go talk to a real person and order food in order to get the deal I was trying to get. I ordered the Royal Crispy meal, medium, honestly medium. Little medium Coke, little medium fry, and 2 Royal Crispy wraps with the royal sauce or gold sauce or whatever the fuck they call it. I never had the gold sauce. I was very intrigued with what the gold sauce is. I said I want to try it. What's a better way than getting the snack wraps? So I ordered the snack wraps. This on the phone. And then it says there's a Mick value menu. Okay? Highlighted at the very tip top, it says buy one, add one for $1. I'm all for that. I'm all for doing that. Double cheeseburger. Only onion. No, I don't want no fucking sauce. I don't want no ketchup. Don't want no mustard. No pickles. Meat and cheese and onion. That's all I wanted. Customize it where I got it. And then I'm like, I'd like to add one for $1, please. Because I'm a fat fuck. Add one for $1. Doesn't work. It brings it back up to $3.75 or another $4 or whatever it's worth. I'm like, that ain't right. So I go inside and I go to the menu board and I do the same thing, and it's like $18.76 for my fucking meal. I'm like, this is wrong. This is really wrong. Go up to the lady. I'm like, hey, I don't know how to add one for $1. I don't know how to add one for $1. It's wrong. It's wrong. And she did it, and it ended up being like $14. Saved me some moolah. I don't know what else to say about it other than the app is fucking misleading. Or like, I don't know. It's like buy one, add one for $1. It's like, well, there's no add one button. I put two in the cart, and guess what? It's like pay $18. I'm not gonna click pay $18 and then try to go get a refund. Not doing it. And I also, what if I go in there and I do that, and then they pop out and they give me 4 fucking cheeseburgers and 2 snack wraps? That'd be not good. That would be really not good at all. And a lot of times I like to take the cheeseburgers and take the bottom buns off of them and put them together and have a quadruple burger. It's the same thing as 2 cheeseburgers, but a lot less bread. A lot less, 50% less bread. Healthy. Health is my nickname. Kletus Health Ray. Kletus Ray Health. Kletus Health Kletus Ray. Health by Kletus Ray. Take the buns off. That's health. Honestly, I did that several times on the carnivore diet. I wouldn't take one bun off. I'd take them both off. I'd get in just meat and cheese. And, hey, it kept me in the ketosis. It kept me in the ketos. I could do it. But I'm pretty sure I got double quarter pounder patties instead. Because they charge they don't charge very much for just a regular old patty. It's like $1 to add a patty or something. I don't know. Somebody texted me. Oh no, my wife said that there's more maggots in the trash can. Fuck! I thought I let them dry out. So, yeah, lunch yesterday was also not a healthy deal. I walked right past them salads and I said, those look pretty good. And I walked right up to the counter and I said, give me 2 taquitos and 2 egg rolls. Which honestly is a small meal. It's pretty small. Like if I just got 2 taquitos, that would have been a snack. If I got 2 egg rolls, that'd have been a snack. Combine those, that makes a meal. I didn't have anything else with it. But I went there, I got offloaded. I guess I haven't talked about that yet. So I roll over there. I get there about 2 o'clock to get offloaded. I stopped there. I got my snack lunch beforehand because I knew I might sit there for a while. You never know how long you're going to sit there. 10 minutes. Okay? 10 minutes. It basically took the time for them to say, hey, he's here. They're like, okay, yeah, send him up. And then they called me right back, basically, is what it felt like. So I pulled up in there and I, get my trade in my paperwork for their paperwork, and then get up on the scale and get scaled in and pull up around back into the hole. They start opening up my container and I start offloading, and I already vented the tank because a lot of times they don't give me time to vent the tank. They're ready to fucking offload immediately, and the truck starts shaking all around, and I'm like, you motherfuckers, give me 2 seconds, let me fucking vent the goddamn thing before you start fucking opening up fucking shit. And I'm watching them because I get back in the truck because after my incident, I ain't getting out. I ain't helping. I ain't part of this. I'm sitting in the fucking truck. Yes, wash me out. Please, wash me out. They only open up the middle hatch and the back hatch. And I'm like, motherfuckers. But they open them up before it's offloaded so they can sit there and watch it. And then as soon as it's empty, they can rinse it out. And so I didn't want to get out there and say, hey, open up that one too. Because they were going to be, I don't know. I guess I should have. It would have been probably better for me to do that versus what actually ended up happening. So I don't know what happened. I look back and they're just rinsing it out, and they're like, okay, you're good. I'm like, hey, and I get out and I climb up there and I open up that front hatch while the guy's tightening down the last hatch. And I open it up and I look in there. He's like, you're good. I'm like, hey, I'm just checking. If it's empty, then we're good. And I look, and there's a giant fucking heel of bullshit up in the fucking nose of my trailer. The solids in this, they weigh a lot. They're heavy as fuck. And there's a fuckload of it stuck up in the nose of my trailer. And I was like, he's like, yeah, you're good. I'm like, no, dude, look, you guys didn't open this one. I was like, there's still a fuckload of shit in here. Oh, okay, you want us to wash that one out? Yeah, I need the whole thing washed out. What are you talking about? I was like, you guys haven't been opening this one ever. Like, ever since I quit helping, you guys don't ever open up this front hatch. Need you to open it up. Okay. And I climbed down, I get in the truck, and I mean, I felt kind of bad, but not really, because they're fucking trying to be lazy and skirt around shit. But they had to open up the other fucking hatches too, because once you rinse the fucking nose out, it goes to the middle, and then you got to rinse the middle out again, and then you got to rinse the back out. She's like, guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? You guys ain't fucking doing your job. I mean, and I've been told 2 different pay scales for the washout. I've been told it costs $350, and I've been told it costs $450. And then also the person told me it was $450. They said that was a couple years ago. The price has probably gone up since then. So we're paying these motherfuckers $500 to rinse out our trailer, and they're doing 2/3 of it. Not good. So I don't know. Whenever I get there tomorrow, there's gonna be a lot of solids. There's going to be a lot of fucking solids on the truck. Because they said they're not going to add anything to it. So I'm going to be pulling it down to the bottom of the tank. And I'm going to be sucking up a lot of solids. So they're going to have to wash. I don't know. As long as they don't fucking do the same bullshit they did last time where they're like, oh, it's too much. We'll be here all day. I was there for 20 minutes and I rinsed out the whole fucking trailer myself. But I think part of that shit that was still stuck at the nose was from that day, that I was just trying to get the bulk of it. I wasn't trying to like make it fucking spotless because they were trying to kick me out of there. Ain't kicking me out. That's the episode, I think. I think I called it that one. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. Slowly pissing off the people that I have to work with. Oh man. But hey, you guys are collecting a lot of fucking money for that. You guys need to do a good job. Come on, man. Open up all. There's 3 hatches. There's shit in the first 2 hatches. Why would you think there's nothing in the last hatch? So, anyways, that's something that happened yesterday. Got offloaded and fucking booked it to the hotel. Got there. I don't even know what time I got there, but it was a pretty good day. Pretty good day. Kind of tired. Watched They Live. I don't know if I watched any other movies. I scrolled through Facebook for a while until I got bored. Scrolled through YouTube for a while until I got bored, and then watched that movie, and then fucking sleeping away. Sleeping away. That Volvo is still fucking around over here. They keep cutting off cars. Like, there's a car almost passing them, like going faster than them, and then the Volvo runs up on somebody and is just like, blinker, coming over. And it's like the car has to slam on their brakes because this fucking Volvo is just like, if there's somebody in front of me, I get over. It's like, hey, check your mirror. That car is going way faster than you. They're going to fly past you and then get over. Like, you already, like, they're just, I don't know. I've noticed a lot of truckers do that, and I don't know who they are or why they do that. But I always look in my mirrors. If I see a pile of cars coming up towards me, I will slow down and hang out in the slow lane until all the cars pass me and it's clear enough that I can get over without cutting anybody off. And then I'll speed up because I'm not going to catch these fucking cars. They're hauling ass. I don't want to cut them off. That's when they start brake checking you. Now, I will say there is a time that you got to do a little bit of what you got to do. And that's when these fucking cars speed up, get right next to you, and then they just hang out. And I think some of them do it because of the shade that you provide. Like, if the sun's coming up, they'll just hang out in the shade next to you. They're like, this guy's going kind of fast. I'm just going to hang out next to him in the shade so I don't have to have the sun beating in on me. Which is a real thing. And it's like, get the fuck away from me! The guy in the truck is just like, get the fuck out of my shade! That's my shade! Get out of my shade! I just hate people driving next to me the whole time. Like, going the same speed as me. Oh, God, it bothers me. Now, I might pass this truck. I might catch up, because I'm tailing them. I catch up to them, and then I get far away, and then I catch up to them, get far away. I'm thinking they're pretty heavy. So once we get here, we just got into the Flint Hills. As soon as we start going up and down these big-ass, steep-ass hills, I think I'm going to pass this person. But then this person is probably going to pass me on the downhill sides. Probably going to pass me. I don't know. I also kind of wish I just didn't have to deal with this Volvo. I'd like to be able to. I don't like excitement on the roadway. I don't like road raging. I would really like to just be left the fuck alone. And once you get past Emporia, if you're going 335 up towards Topeka, every single time, not every single time, but a lot of the times, that's where I have road rage with cars. They'll come past you, get in front of you, slow down, and you're like, we are the only two motherfuckers around, and you decide to pass me and then slow down. It's happened so many times where I've pulled over on the side of the highway, give it 30 seconds or whatever, and then pull back out and start going again. And I've caught the car again. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm on cruise control, bud. I'm on cruise control. I do 75, 74, 75. If you're going to pass it, I mean, I'm just trying to tell these. I wish I could talk to that motherfucker in the Sonata. Hey, you pass a truck, keep going. Don't get in front of them and slow down. It really bugs the fuck out of us. It really bugs us. Because you know what happens? I start creeping up back on you. I get into the left lane, and you are like, oh shit, that semi's about to pass me. Speed the fuck up. They speed way the fuck up. Get back into the slow lane you're driving, and then they slow down again. And you're like, what is going on with you? And you want to just honk at them and fucking, you want to ram them, but you don't. I've honked at them, but they're like, what is this guy? This guy keeps speeding up to my bumper and honking at me. No, you keep slowing the fuck down, Chad, you stupid bitch. Brenda, you stupid cunt. Sorry, got a little heated there. Anyways, this is the morning half of the podcast. I'm going to come back with the afternoon half of the podcast later. Well, it is now 1:20. I've been dealing with, I got over here to get loaded, and the vacuum pump does not want to spin. It will spin. Usually it spins, I don't know, maybe up to like 1,000 RPM or something. I mean, it spins pretty fucking good. And it's spinning at like, I don't know, 5 or 6 RPM. No, probably more than that. Kind of hard for me to dictate that. I guess I could sit there for about 30 seconds and count the revolutions, and then do some topography or whatever the fuck it's called, and figure out how to math it all up. But I ain't gonna do all that. I know what moving normal is. I know what moving fast is, and I know that this is neither. It's not moving normal. It's not moving fast. It's moving very, very slow. Something is definitely wrong. So I already canceled my hotel. I just ate lunch. I was able to. My wife was able to meet me over at the Casey's by my house, and I go inside. I mean, there's a whole nother story I was going to go off on. It was the damn Casey's at my house. I actually thought about it. I was like, maybe I shouldn't bitch about the Casey's next to my house. And then I said, you know what? I think I'd be doing y'all a disservice to not bitch about the Casey's by my house. Those motherfuckers, it's one of the worst Casey's I've ever been to. It's fucking horrible. It's one of the newest Casey's I've ever been to, and it's one of the worst I've been to. It's fucking bad, man. They ain't no good there. They ain't got no fucking, they don't give a shit about you or nothing over there. God damn, that Casey's really pissed me off. And I got stuck behind a fucking car that was, they would almost get to the speed limit, and then they would hit their brakes and slow down. Like on a straightaway or a downhill or an uphill. They would just hit, I don't think they were brake checking me. I think they were on drugs. They were fucked up. And they were like, oh shit, we're going way too fast. That semi behind me could be a cop. And they just kept slowing down. I'm like, goodness. They never even hit the speed limit. I gotta hop out and fucking do some shit real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, where was I? All right, let me just run you guys through how to run a vacuum tanker. All the components and what have you, what not, what have you, what not, all the good things about a vacuum tanker. This is I don't know the model exactly, but it's a Dragon tanker. I believe they've been making them the exact same way for a long fucking time. There's also another manufacturer that we use, or we have used in the past, Huber tanker. But we like the Dragon tankers. Huber actually went out of business, so they ain't no help no more. We do like that tanker though. That's the older tanker that we have. It's a good one. I'm trying to remember the number code for that tanker, like how long we've had it. We've had it for a long time. 97? No. Anyways, let's talk about the Dragon tanker specifically, because that's what I'm dealing with. I got a Kenworth T880 with a wet kit on it. Hydraulics. I got I don't know, 120 gallon tank. I'm just referencing my fuel tank as the hydraulic tank also. It's roughly the same size. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. And it has it's halfway full of hydraulic fluid. Now, if you understand hydraulic, I'm getting into some other shit, is what I'm accidentally getting into here. Hydraulics, whenever you have a hydraulic cylinder extended all the way out, that means there's a bunch of hydraulic fluid in that cylinder. Whenever it's pushed all the way in, there's no room for hydraulics. So you have filling up. If you have anyway, that doesn't even matter. Why am I talking about that? That's nothing. This is a totally different type of hydraulic system that I'm working with here. It just runs a pump. That's all it's doing is running a pump. So, anyways, the wet kit is on the tractor. There's a button on the dash that says PTO. You flip that button up, and it automatically lowers your airbags down. And it engages the PTO to the transmission. And that is bolted on to the transmission, and then it's got lines that run to a distribution block that has a knob and a lever, and that's for different types of trailers and shit. Anyways, and then there's a lever on the inside of the tractor in between the seats that it goes both ways, but you only want to push it the way that on is. There's an on side, and you push it, and it'll sit there and it'll stay. What are these guys doing? Y'all doing some weird shit over here, aren't you? So anyways, to turn on the PTO, if your trailer is connected, with hydraulics, you got the hydraulics all connected and everything, all you got to do, and all that I've been doing this entire time, I'm kind of doing this because every time I call my boss with a problem like this, he's like, you're just doing it. It sounds like operator error. It's like, brother, I've been hauling these fucking loads for how long? Something is going wrong. It's not me. There's something in the equipment that is not correct right now, and I'll tell you about what's going on there. So flip the switch, push the lever, hop out, or before you hop out, you can turn on the cruise control button and then rev it up. And I usually rev it up to 1,000 RPM, and that usually gets it going. It does have an RPM with a vacuum tanker. It'll build vacuum faster with RPM, but once it's really at its max vacuum, the thing is usually spinning enough that you don't need it revved all the way the fuck out the whole fucking time. It just helps you get to your max vacuum faster. It's not going to pull more vacuum with it revved up because it's got vacuum release valves and shit all over this trailer so you don't implode the motherfucker. Or else it would just sit there and continue to build vacuum until it fucking imploded the trailer. But anyways, this trailer's it's made to handle a certain amount of vacuum. So Everything is on, and I go back there to look at the middle of the trailer, and you can see there's a joint in there. That's where where the hydraulics end is right there. There's a pump, and the hydraulics it's got an inline and an outline, and it spins this pump, which is connected with a Lovejoy joint. I know it's a weird fucking name, but that's what it's called. And then that is hooked to the vacuum pump, and it spins the vacuum pump. And that's why you need the hydraulics to run it. And yeah, normally it spins pretty fucking quick, and it will build vacuum, and everything's good. My problem is the thing was barely fucking spinning. It looked like it was really binding. It was either binding up, like either there's something going on with the vacuum pump side, or there's something going on with the hydraulic side. All I know is that it ain't right. So me being me, knowing all the things to do, I go. Well, I did. This is really not needed at this point in time, but I decided to start with the lids on top. I wanted to make sure all the manhole lids on top are completely closed and sealed down. Now that doesn't really have anything to do with the speed of the pump, but it is another part of the safety checks, or the operating checklist you want to do. Start with the lids, and then I come down. I make sure there's a what's it called? The fucking vacuum release lever. There's a vacuum release lever on the back of the end of the truck. Comes from the isolation tank, which is hooked to the isolation valve. And made sure that was closed. Working my way back up. Oh, the pump actually takes pump oil. If you don't run pump oil in it, you're gonna burn the motherfucker up. I add oil to the pump. This thing really, you fill it up, and some of our older equipment, it goes through pump oil really fucking fast. And this one is newer. This is like a year or two old. Like, this is a pretty new trailer. And it barely uses pump oil. Like, I haven't drained the pump oil tank in a while. Like, it's got a used tank from where the exhaust comes out, and it goes in there. And I got, I don't know, a quart, maybe, out of like a 5-gallon container. So that was not the problem. And that also is another thing that would not cause a vacuuming problem. That has nothing to do with any of that. That would, whenever that would get full, it would have no effect on the operation of the truck. It would just start spitting oil out onto the ground, which is not good. You don't want to do that. So anyways, we keep it nice and drained. Hurry the fuck up! You fucking fuckheads. I've been sitting in this goddamn roundabout, and this fucking guy flies into the roundabout and then slows way the fuck down. It's like, dude, I would have, if you were going that fucking slow. Anyways, back to, if anybody uses this for training exercises or whatever, that'd be kind of funny. Anyways, so that tank is empty. The oil is full. I know that's not a problem because, if you run an engine or something that spins that requires oil and you don't have oil in it, it'll bind up and it'll fucking lock up. Ask me how I know. So that's already covered. And then you work over to the isolation tank, because that was a tank that it really has nothing to do with the hydraulics. It doesn't. I mean, it does essentially, because if you have the isolation valve closed and you're trying to build vacuum, you are only building vacuum in the isolation of the isolation valve. None of it is going to the tank, so it'll hit full vacuum in a couple of seconds, and because the tank it's a 5,500 gallon tanker, so it takes a while for it to build up a lot of vacuum nanometers or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But in the little pipes that are going around where where the actual pump is pulling from, if you have that isolated, it doesn't take long for it to build up enough vacuum. So anyways, that will also slow down the vacuum pump. So I ran through the operation of the isolation valve. It is opening, it is closing. I drained the tank because if that tank is completely full, it's got a ball inside of it, and that ball will float to the top as it gets full, and it will close off the isolation tank. So it doesn't matter where you have the switch at, it's closed. I drained that out also, which I always run with the isolation valve closed, so it's never been a really big problem. Once a month or whatever, drain it out, and you're going to get a couple of drops. If you know how to run these tankers, you're not going to ever have that thing get full, but it's got a tank big enough that it, just to help you out depending on what you're doing. So then you work, checked all that. Then I go to the hydraulics operation. I make sure the hydraulic cables are fully connected. It would be odd if they weren't, because I connected them, and I've been the only guy running this truck and trailer for a while. They are tight. And then you follow the hydraulic lines over, and then it goes to where the distribution block is. And the distribution block, it's got a couple of different levers. There's a lever and a button or whatever, and those will direct. I don't know exactly what they do, but they change the way the hydraulics work, and it's got like a number plate on the side of it that tells you what types of trailers and where to have the lever pulled and the button pulled and all that, all that good shit. And all that is exactly the same as it's been. Everything's in the correct position. So I work over to the hydraulic tank. I'm like, maybe I'm low on hydraulic fluid. If I'm running this hydraulic pump and it's not getting enough liquid, hydraulic liquid, then it's not gonna fucking push it through and make the pump turn. I open up the tank. It's got a half a tank, little low, but not bad. Not bad enough. If that tank was empty, it would make sense. But it's got half a tank, and it's just a big storage tank. And at the bottom of that tank, there are valves. There's an inline and an outline. The inline pushes hydraulic, as the hydraulic fluid is going through the system, it fills the tank and it's pulling from the tank. And that's all it does. And it's got a little breather cap on top. That's good. But here's where I imagine the issue is. There's a filter on the intake side. I believe it's the intake side of the hydraulic tank. So when fluid is coming back to the tank to go back in to fill the tank back up to be taken from, it goes through a filter. It goes in the center of a filter. It goes through the filter material to the outside, and then it comes out of the filter. Know what I mean? That's how a filter kind of works. I have a feeling that filter is clogged up, and it's not letting fluid return back to the tank in a timely manner, resulting in low hydraulic flow. Basically deadheading the motherfucker. But it is spinning, just not very fast. And that also just kind of helps out my theory I've got here. I called a mechanic, and I kind of explained all this shit to him, and we went through the whole thing, made sure I didn't miss any steps here or there or whatever. And he's like, sounds like the PTO's going bad. I'm like, No, no, no. The PTO sounds like the PTO's working just fine. I think we're deadheading. I think the filter's clogged up. I'm not a mechanic, so he does not give a shit what I fucking think. But um, and then I call up my boss. Hey man, this thing ain't working. What do you mean it's not working? I'm like, it's not. It's not. The pump isn't pumping very good at all. Like there's something wrong here. Well, why haven't you said anything before? I'm like, it worked perfectly fine yesterday. I don't know. I think the filter could be clogged up, Sounds like an operator error. I'm like, all right, well, listen, I've been doing this for a while and I don't know. So I was like, I can come grab a different tanker and truck, or, we can try to fix it, figure out what's going on with it. He's like, just come back to the shop and swap tractors. So I'm on my way. That's what I'm doing now. I was there, ready to get loaded, ready to do the thing, I already had my hotel booked in the GPS, ready to go. I was going to get there around 7 o'clock tonight. Everything was going to be good. Good. But of course, something has to go wrong. And yeah, it went wrong. It went wrong, 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 wrong. So I don't know. I guess good for the podcast. I guess I don't know. Things are fucked up. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Our mechanics, they love to throw PTOs at trucks. I don't know what it is about them, but they love, anytime there's a problem, they just throw a new PTO on a truck. They just like, yep, just rip it off, throw it in the dumpster, grab a new one, throw it on. And I mean, it's yeah, a lot of times that works, but I don't know when the last time they changed that filter. I I I don't know, because the hydraulic fluid, how long, like it's in a sealed system. So how does hydraulic fluid get dirty other than, material, whenever it gets into those the fucking things that spin? I guess there could be metal shavings coming off that, over time. But so I don't know. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm definitely willing to be wrong. I'm not a mechanic. They know, they have more experience working on this shit than I do. Obviously, I've never worked on them. I did help replace like some parts on them before. There's a Lovejoy joint. That's why I learned. That's the only reason I know what the fuck that's called. It's like a three-pronged pulley to another three-pronged pulley, but it's got a rubber bushing in between them, and you just set them really close to each other, and then they have a little bit of play. Um, it seems kind of like silly. Seems like there could be a different way of doing that, getting them to connect. But whatever, that's what they use. That's what's on here. I'm like, you could just bolt the motherfuckers together, because I've gone through a couple of Lovejoy joints. Whenever that rubber starts to get bad, and then the metal starts rubbing on the other metal, but you don't notice it because it's not like I mean, it is an interfering part, but it's not something that you're gonna really notice. It's not gonna make a big loud racket or whatever. It's just gonna eventually start wearing out and then start skipping on teeth, and then eventually just not do anything. Then it starts making racket whenever one is spinning and the other one ain't. This motherfucking Dodge motherfucker right here. Motherfucker. Volvo. I want to talk about that Volvo that I was running with. I did attempt to make a pass. I attempted to make a pass. It was on one of the last final hills of the Flint Hills, and I got up midway to the trailer, and then we crested the hill and started down another hill, and he ate my fucking lunch. He was gone. So I kept running. I mean, on flat ground and about 6 miles worth of empty space, I could get around him. But I decided to just lower the cruise control by a mile an hour and just hang back and watch him. I was always right there on his fucking tail, though. I was going like a half to a quarter mile an hour slower than him. And it was just easier to do it that way because there's not a lot of traffic, but enough traffic that it was just like, I'm not going to be the asshole trying to pass this guy. And I could have ran him up into, got next to him, and then he's got to slow down because either his lane has construction in it or another slower truck is in front of him, then he's got to slow down. But that would have just created tension, and then I would have probably had to run a little bit of defense to keep my pole position, because every time we would go on a slight downhill, he would be able to get faster than me. But it seemed like there was more uphill and flat on the way back versus downhills. So I don't know. I just gave up. I ran him. I was on his bumper all the way until he decided to take a truck stop. But I know that had to have bothered the fuck out of him. That might be the reason he took that. Not truck stop. It was a rest stop. That had to have been the reason he did that. Because if I look in my mirror and I got a fucking guy that's like right on my fucking ass the whole fucking time for hours. I mean, we were on I-35 for a couple of hours, and he's just right fucking there. And he attempted to pass me once. I'd be like, okay, this guy's really, not making me comfortable on the roads. I'm going to go ahead and just pull off here, let him get around, and then he'll be gone, and then I'll never have to see that motherfucker again. But I don't know, whenever I was the one on the offense, basically, I guess I was on the offense. I'm back there just fucking, I don't know. It's like, who's faster than who? If I keep catching up to you, who's faster than who? You know? Fuckhead Volvo. So if I hadn't have been sandbagging up into that construction zone, that guy would have been me, and he'd have been there trying to make a pass on me the whole fucking way and been on my ass. I think it's better for me to be back there versus trying to keep this fucking guy off my goddamn tail. There's pros and cons to being in front. If you're in front and you're like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get over now. And then right before you do, the guy behind you gets over and takes up that spot. And you're like, motherfucker. Then you got to slow down. And I was kind of hoping one of those would happen to him. But that guy had no problem cutting people off. He had no problem just cutting people off, just doing whatever the fuck he wants out on the road. Really annoying. But I don't know. I guess I have more character than that. I'm like, I'm gonna do it I'm gonna just try to do this with the least amount of incident. And if there is an incident with him, I'm gonna laugh as I drive by. Honk, honk, honk. Fuck you. Karma's a bitch, you stupid driver. But I don't like being like that either. I want everybody to get where they're going, no matter how much of an asshole they are. Just get to where the fuck you're going. Get off the fucking road, man. So yeah, I stopped and I ate lunch with my daughter. Well, I didn't eat lunch with my. So this is where I'm going to get into the problem with the Casey's. Okay, so where I lived, there was a Casey's. It was the old school brick Casey's, old logo. No parking spots in front. Everybody just pull up however you want. It's a little chaotic, but that's the way I like it. And then they built a new Casey's 2 doors down. Well, like a block away, I guess is what you could say. A block away, they built a brand new Casey's. It's got a traffic light and little bit bigger parking lot, parking in the back. So it was looking like it was going to be pretty good. They never tore down the old Casey's. It turned into some like food bank type thing or something. But the new Casey's opened up, and it was right around the time when they started the Casey's Rewards. That's when I really started saying this motherfucker's gone downhill. They start the rewards. It prompts you on the machine. It's like slide your rewards card, and I'm like, oh, do you guys have a rewards card? I can just slide. They're like, no. Otherwise, you have to hit fucking 15 more goddamn buttons. And the people, everybody wants for a $2.99 fucking soda pop or whatever the fuck. It takes an extra like minute and a half at the goddamn register, and then they want to buy fucking lottery and shit. Anyways, I'm just saying the streamlining of getting in and out of a Casey's used to be pretty fucking good. You'd go in there, they'd check you out, and you'd be on your way. Now everybody wants for fucking $2.99. They want to write their fucking phone number in the. Do you have rewards? Like that's part of the process. They have to. Do you have rewards? Yeah. Okay. Click the button, and it's a delay on the fucking screen, and then you got to sit there, type in your phone number, and then by that time you're like put your debit card back in your fucking wallet, and you're put it back in your pants, and then it's like, oh, now pay, and it's like, oh shit, now I gotta pull the fucking thing out and then pay, and it's just I don't know. I'm really this is something I should just deal with. You know, there's worse things in the world than the process of entering your rewards at Casey's. But I'm telling you, when I go up there to grab a gallon of milk, and they have fucking 18 registers, one motherfucker up there working. They got the new sandwich bar back there. They don't make sandwiches for you anymore. They'll make sandwiches, but not for you. They throw them bitches up in the cooler. And you're like, hey, can you make me a sandwich? Can you put all these other things on there? Like, sir, no, we don't make we don't make custom sandwiches anymore. It's like, what the fuck is all this shit then? What, you guys are like partially a Subway, and then now like, hey, can I get some olives on this pizza? And they're like, the olives have to be cooked. It's like, since fucking when? Anyways, that was a big problem. I was like, yeah, can I get some olives on this pizza? I just grabbed a slice of cheese pizza, and I was like, hey, can you guys just like, you have them right there. You put them in the fucking salads, right? You put them in the fucking salads, right? Can you sprinkle a couple of olives on this slice of pizza to make my son happy? And they're like, they have to be cooked. It's like, since fucking when? You throw them in the salads. Do you cook a salad? You stupid bitch. You stupid fucking asshole. Grab your goddamn olives. Okay? Anyways, that was a fight I had with them a while back. Today's fight, I go in there and bring my daughter in there, and I'm like, yeah, you want to get a slice of pizza? Oh, I'm glad they had at least one fucking. They have 4 pizza warmers. 4 pizza warmers. There are 2 sausage pizzas that need to look like they need to be put out of their misery. 2 slices, not pizzas, slices, and like 2 slices of pepperoni. It's 11.40. If I worked at a Casey's before. If I was working at Casey's and it's 11.40 and I have a combination of 4 fucking slices of pizza in my warmer, when them motherfuckers come up out of the farms and shit on their job sites or their road crew or whatever, and they walk in, I'm fired if I only have 4 slices of fucking pizza. And that's how I kind of feel about these motherfuckers. I'm like, you have 4 fucking warmers. You got a construction crew working behind you here. And they're all coming in here to grab pizza. I'm on the clock trying to fucking grab me some fucking pizzas. And you have 4 fucking slices? Yeah. Anyways, I went back to my truck and I was going to leave. But I noticed they had put some pizzas in the oven, so I was like, I'll just wait for the pizzas to come out of the oven. This fucking dipshit working the fucking pizza counter. Okay, he pulls 5 pizzas out of the oven and sets them on top, and then proceeds to talk about Dungeons and Dragons to this fucking little chick back there. And I'm standing there like, oh, are you John? Are you John? Are you here to grab? I'm like, hey, I'm here for the pizza. Is there any pizza coming out? They're like, I just pulled some out, man. I'm like, okay. Can you? I have 7 minutes left of my 30-minute break. Can you slice the motherfuckers up and put them out? God damn, man. I've been here for so fucking long waiting for. I already paid for my daughter's pizza and her drink and my wife's little snack thing she got, and I sent them on to home because they were ready to go home. I was like, yeah, you guys go on home. I'm just gonna hang out here for a little bit. They got pizzas coming out right now, so I'm gonna grab me some and I can eat that and hit the road. And yeah, I sat there for a long fucking time waiting for this fucking pizza. I'm like, and so many people came in, looked in there, didn't see anything, and walked on. I'm like, I need to be a manager at this fucking Casey's. I'm gonna fucking start spanking motherfuckers. You've been a bad boy, pizza dough, bitch. Oh, and that's the other thing about the pizza that I ended up getting. The dough, there was something really fucked up with the dough. I was like, I think I'm just angry, and that's why it doesn't taste good, because I think that the kid that made this pizza is a piece of shit. So I think the pizza that he put out was a piece of shit also. I think I need to look at this a little bit differently. And I started eating the second slice, and I was like, I feel a little bit better. I'm calmed down a little bit, but there's something wrong with this dough. They fucked up the dough. They fucked the dough all up, okay? You fucked up the dough, you stupid cunt. Fuck you. Fuck you. I almost left a Google review about these bitches. I almost didn't, but I, I thought it would be kind of funny to get on there and say, this place has gone downhill, or some sort of a Karen comment or whatever, Karen review. 1 star. Place has gone downhill. Cunts in the back don't know how to make pizzas for lunchtime. They'll stand around fucking not doing shit, talk about Dungeons and Dragons and shit, while they got patrons waiting for the pizza that's done. It's done. It's on top of the oven. They just want to stand around talking. And there's something wrong with the dough. Anyways, I was very upset about the whole situation. Oh, and then, yeah, just getting checked out. And this fucking dumbass cashier, fuck it. I have pizza in like the little pizza bags that I set them down on the counter, and I grabbed I got a Pepsi, because Casey's Pizza and Pepsi go together like uh, dirt and worms or whatever. And the guy, he rings me up. He's like, "You want a bag?" I said, "For fucking what? For what?" "Oh, for your pizza." I'm like, my pizza's in a bag. I did that. Do I get a discount because I bagged my own pizza? Straight out of the warmer, I bagged it up. What are you doing? I don't know. It really didn't go that deep, but I was like, no, I don't. It's already in a bag. And you could tell this guy was just like, And I'm like, I've been here for a very long time waiting on this pizza. How about a little respect, motherfucker? I could feel something in my back, something in my spine, fucking tense up whenever I think about these motherfuckers. There's something in my spine that just like, it's a muscle I've never been able to use before, and I just now found it. And it's just like, you motherfuckers. You got a hungry Kletus over here, and he is armed and ready. I'm not armed. I mean, I have arms, but I'm not like, I don't have any weapons or anything. I don't even know where my pocket knife is. Wonder where I left that pocket knife. It was broken anyways. The thing would come open in your pocket. Very inconvenient to have an open knife in your pocket when you're a fat guy like me. Mm-mm-mm. So today, what I think is going to happen, I think I'm going to get here. I'm going to see if they'll just change this filter out for me real quick. Throw a new filter on there, see if it helps. If it doesn't help, I'll say, all right, I'm going to leave the I'm going to drop the trailer. I'll grab a different tractor, hook it up, throw all my shit from this truck into that truck, and then hit the go back over here, get loaded, and then I think I'm only going to make it to Wichita tonight. Whatever, I don't really care where I stay. I just don't want to get there too late, you know? I want to be able to sit and play on I got my computer from my wife for a reason. I'd like to play on it. JHT, that motherfucker, he about rear-ended a car. You could say he was on his brakes hard. JHT Transport. He's got a shipping container trailer, a little stubby one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's I don't know. So I listened to a podcast the other day. It was the Flagrant 2 podcast with what's his name? Andrew something. Can't think of his fucking name. But anyways, he had on well, it wasn't him. It was the Akash Sadig or whatever the fuck his name is. That guy. And I don't really like that guy, Ali Sadiq, or not. It's not Ali Sadiq. I don't know what his fucking name is. I gotta look it up. Flagrant 2. Andrew Schultz. Akash. Signed. Singha. Uh, anyways, they had on some sort of a guru guy or something. I don't know. He's a guy that's talking about. He's like, I know psychotropic shit. So you guys are all fucking stressed out about shit. Let's talk about your feelings and whatnot. And I was listening to that, and I got into it a little bit. I was like, okay, you gotta. I'm trying to like, I don't know. They're going through like that podcast in particular has like 8 people on it, and I don't know, I don't like listening to that podcast because there's so many fucking people screaming and talking all at the same time, and then it's just I don't know, I don't really enjoy that. It's probably fun when it's like if I could hang out with my friends and we're all like a bunch of me and my friends are hanging out, that's a great time. But trying to listen to a podcast about like I don't know, something ain't right with it. But Dr. K on fixing your anxiety. I don't know. Anyways, Akash, I was like, okay, I understand this guy a little bit more, after that podcast. And I was like, I'm going to do a little bit better. Do you think I feel better? Do you think I'm better now? I don't know. Maybe I need to actually have a fucking guru to fucking bless me or some shit because I just went off on Casey's employees. I think my anxiety's still high. But I like to bitch about things. That's the weird thing. That's where it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's like I don't want. I kind of like to do that. I like to cuss and bitch about people that ain't never going to hear it. I like to be able to do that. So, I don't know. I think that it puts me in my zen spot. Whenever I get a slice of pizza that is clearly not made with love and the dough's a little fucked up and it takes me forever to get my food and it takes me forever to go through the cashier and then the cashier says some dumb shit like, hey, that pizza that's in a bag, would you like it in a bag? Like, are you going to take it out of the bag? Are you going to take it out of my bag? It's in a bag. Yes, I clearly want it in a bag. It's in a bag. I put it in a bag. You going to take it out if I say no? It's already in a bag, motherfucker. Anyways, so I don't know. Sometimes you just need to whoosah. And then you go to do your job and you got everything lined out perfectly. Things are going to go really well today. And then this motherfucking trailer breaks. I don't know if it's a trailer. I have a feeling it's something with the hydraulics, not necessarily the trailer. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Adios. Keep all 18 down. We're going to talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.